Okay, all right, so we're in another beer review. But, when life gets a little complicated, you need some distractions. So we made a decision. I'm from Massachusetts, and I lived for 21 years of my life in Atlanta. And there's been positives and negatives about living in that area. We made a decision to move out. So what's happened since we moved out? Well, we left Georgia and we moved to a different area. Different part of the country, different state, new people, new everything, new life. We move into this apartment that has mold and water damage. I mean, you don't know what to say when you see mold. And because it's a health hazard, we had no choice. We packed up and left. Happily, they're giving us our money back. Happily. We found a place quickly. And when we got into it, we were not expecting to kill 30 roaches that night. So I thought to myself, you know what? We got to focus on the positive. We've already got another place lined up. It's highly recommended. We went, we toured it. We toured a vacant unit so we can see how clean it is. And we failed in some areas. And that's the thing about life, is you have to pay attention to your decisions, and you have to focus on bringing the very best out of situations, because sometimes in life you get stressed, you get anxious, and you feel like, what in the ham sandwich is going on here? And that's been today. That's been today. So, beer review time. Now, this is not anything new, okay? Prefacing this is nothing new. If you drink beer, you've probably had this. And some of you are probably thinking, dude, how could you drink that? Because this is a beer review video. So, yes, even if it's something I've consumed in the past, or you consumed, or whatever, everybody's consumed, still needs to be reviewed. What if somebody hasn't had it? What if somebody has not had this? The PBR. Yeah, I've never had it out of can. I've only had it on draft. Just one night, we were at Crapplebee's. Yeah, I called it Crapplebee's. And they had it on draft, and it was $1. And I'm like, why not? So, yeah, and this was a single at the market. So I was like, all right. So, yeah, I've had it before on draft. I was like, it's not bad. I mean, it's not great. It's consumable. But what about, because draft is different. Draft is just different than out of can and bottle. So, time to make the beer disappear. So, the bad boy has been cracked open. Anything on it? I don't even want to try. So, it's just light beer. For the people who don't like what beer tastes like, this is what you don't like. Because it's just beer. There's nothing else to it. Nothing ecstatic. Or nothing elaborate. Or extravagant. Nothing that's a big word. That means something that's something. So, it's just beer. I mean, I personally, I like the beers that maybe have flavors, or, they got a little extra kick to it, a little stronger. Like one time I had and that's one beer I'm not sure I'll ever be able to review because I've only seen it once. The brewery is Sweetwater, and they made a beer called Chubby Bunny. It's flavored with s'mores. It's a s'mores beer. It's chocolate, graham cracker, and marshmallow, and you can taste all of it. It was arguably the best beer I've ever had. It was phenomenal. So this isn't bad. I mean, if I'm going to give it a score, because there's bad beers out there, and I'll get to those. I will get to those. I don't know. 5.2? I mean, it's not the worst I've ever had. It's not great, but it's not making me want to just gag or throw it down the drain. Because I've had beers that I took one sip and was like, oh, this is terrible. Not bad. So now it's your turn. You go find yourself a beer and make the beer disappear.